Hi everyone, I've got some questions that have been sent in. Thank you for sending them. So I'm going to try and answer them the best I can. This is from @Lupilana on Twitter. What's your favorite childhood memory? One that gives you goosebumps when you think about it. #the energy within. I think my favorite memory is when we went to, my first holiday was when I was 5, and we went to Ibiza with my dad and my stepmom. We found this kind of little bumper car thing on the seaside where you put these tokens in, and there was like a bumper car bumper around, but it was a shape of all the different Formula 1 cars. So I was driving around in this thing, they couldn't get me off of it. And I remember that day picking up this braking technique. It was only like 3 corners, it was a really small track, but that braking technique that I had that day was the braking technique I used through my whole karting career, and part of what I'm known for is being a late braker, so that's the most memorable. This question is from Johnny_toe on Twitter. How much do you miss Malaysia? I really hope you can come back to visit once the pandemic settles down. Me too. I've had some amazing trips to Malaysia, and going to KL, firstly the track was just, it was awesome. It was so difficult because it was obviously always so hot, so your tires were always melting. I remember losing 4.5 kilos in one of the races, I think particularly my first one there. It was so hot, and enjoying the support from the fans there, getting to know a bit the culture and the food. So yeah, I miss it each time. Every time I do go back, I try and find some sort of vegan roti canai. There's nothing quite like that anywhere else. Next one's from @g.deuces on Instagram. Lewis, how important is it for you to have #TeamLH support, and how does this affect your motivation for continuing to push forward and delivering at 100%? You know, I never ever thought that I would have fans. I think when I was young, I wanted to be a racing driver. When I watched Ayrton, I didn't even think of the people that were watching him. Hadn't even considered that I was not just the only one. There was obviously so many people, but the importance of having fans at the track create the atmosphere. But for me, you know, it can be kind of a lonely journey, you know, when you're out there battling. But when you know that you have, since I've had TeamLH on the road with me in all these different countries, when I see you out there in the grandstands, or when I'm at the airport or hotel, whatever it may be, because I know every single one of you are going through your own journeys, but I truly feel like we ride it out together. I'm so, so grateful for the support that I get, and you'll never fully understand just how grateful and how impactful your words are. We win and we lose together. Next one's from @McLawrence, Mr. Lawrence, sorry, on Twitter. As your heritage and family are from Grenada, how does it feel seeing Grenadian flags showing support at races along with British flags? Being at the British Grand Prix and seeing British flag is always special, and I see that in almost every country. People from different countries embracing of different people from different places is what I really, really appreciate. And the Grenadian flag, yeah, of course, because my granddad and grandma are from there, and my granddad's not with us anymore, but I know he would be super proud to see the Grenadian flag. It's quite a small island, so there's not a huge amount of us that are in the limelight, and it's not too often you see the Grenadian flag, so it makes me really proud to be able to represent for that, because that's really at the root of who I am. Next one's from @AvaFields31 on Twitter. How old were you the first time you dreamed of driving Formula 1 car? Did you, and at the time, realize just how good you were? I think I was 4 or 5 when I decided that's what I wanted to do. As most kids were just with the crazy, no limitation thought process of dreaming. I wanted to be Superman, an astronaut, and at the time, Ayrton Senna. Did I know that I was going to be able to do that? No. So I remember watching the racing, and I was like, I want to drive like that. I want to be able to be aggressive like that, but also be able to be in control. And that's what I put my mind to. Even if you don't succeed at first, just keep trying. Next question from Janet Wayne on Facebook. What do you do to relax and rest your mind? What is your favorite way to relax away from work? #energy within. Music is really kind of the biggest stress reliever. Sometimes I play something try and find something on the piano, and I send it to a friend, and we write a song about it. And so that's something that distracts me from everyday life. Again, it's just tapping into a creative side in me that I'm not the best at it, but it's what I enjoy doing, and that's what matters. Next question is from, I'm gonna say E. Anderson, 77 on Instagram. What's your favorite win of all time? Dude, I've been racing for 28 years, so it's almost impossible to say. I always look back at things like my first win, Canada 2007, because I didn't know whether it was going to happen. Just getting to Formula 1 was already a big step, but then being in the midst of the season and up against a two-time world champion, all unexpected, still didn't know whether I could win in a Grand Prix. Although I believed it the whole time, it was real confirmation that with hard work and dedication and with my ability, there wasn't really a lot that I couldn't do. So anyways, thank you all for your amazing questions. I hope my answers were sufficient, and yeah, keep your fingers crossed for the next race. And please stay safe. We're still in this pandemic, so keep wearing your masks.